RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles including professional wrestlers, sports stars, and actors, actresses, and TV personalities, sports video blogs including stuff about the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NHL. Professional wrestling video blogs including angles, storylines, characters, and old pay-per-view results. Entertainment video blogs including television stations, cable stations, radio stations, movie reviews, and classic television shows, and a whole lot more. A collection of my great work has been on display for Facebook and YouTube going back to when I started this in June 2014. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, November 27, 2016, around 5:50 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's about 35 degrees out right now, under clear sky, sun be coming up in an hour. It's going to be sunny day today. We haven't seen too much of the sun the past several days, but this is pretty good. Going to get warmer this week, but a chance of rain showers. Luckily, it's not snow, but rooting for heavy wet snow to end the drought. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. Kevin Martin, who played in the NBA for 12 years, announced his retirement. He announced it in an ad he put in a paper. And it's Happy National Native American Day. So, happy Native American Day to all those celebrated. I know the Native American Tatanka is celebrating this day, former WWE superstar, but he's not really Native American. And that's about it on news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my first video blog of the day, coming in December to these video blogs. Video blogs about more television stations, including WVII Channel 7 Bangor, Maine, WGME Channel 13 in Portland, Maine, WCSH Channel 6 in Portland, Maine, WMTW Channel 8 in Portland, Maine, a lot of the probably the rest of the main television stations. Also, my review of WrestleMania the album, and the Wrestling Album 2, Pile Driver, and more sports video blogs and 2017 predictions. Top 10 list is probably not coming back into 2017. And great personality profiles. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is about the classic TV crime drama series, The Streets of San Francisco. The Streets of San Francisco lasted 5 years on ABC between September 16th, 1972 through June 9th, 1977, and it was about two police officers on the San Francisco Police Department, and it centered around a veteran cop and a rookie cop who had no police experience. The Streets of San Francisco starred Karl Malden as Detective Lieutenant Mike Stone, Michael Douglas as Inspector Steve Keller, who was on the first 4 years of The Streets of San Francisco, and for the last year it was Richard Hatch as Dan Roberts, not the reality television star, the actor Richard Hatch, who eventually was in Battlestar Galactica. And it was a Quinn Martin production. The first season, it was in association with Warner Brothers Television. Then they didn't have the association with Warner Brothers after that. Eventually, it got distributed in reruns by World Vision and eventually CBS Paramount Television. Now it's CBS Television Distributions. And it was developed by Edward Hume, and it was directed by William Hale, and the music was by Patrick Williams, who did I don't know too much about that. And it was based on a novel by Poor Ophelia by Carolyn Weston. And Streets of San Francisco was filmed entirely in San Francisco, California. And the show revolved around two cops who was assigned to the San Francisco Police Department Homicide Unit. It was a veteran cop who was Mike Stone, played by Karl Malden, and Steve Keller, played by Michael Douglas, and he was a young college graduate. He had no police experience, and they investigated all kinds of homicides in San Francisco. There was great chemistry between Mike and Steve. It was kind of like a father-son relationship. There was a lot of good storylines in the Streets of San Francisco. Lots of great guest stars on there. The first half season, The Streets of San Francisco, was on Saturday nights, but it was getting clobbered in the ratings because CBS at that time had a killer lineup for sitcoms on Saturday nights like Mary Tyler Moore and MASH and Bob Newhart and All in the Family, so they moved it to Thursday nights, and it became a hit during that time period. And Michael Douglas and Karl Malden actually spent time with the San Francisco Police Department, the detectives, to lend an authenticity of the show. And San Francisco Police Department said that Michael Douglas and Karl Malden were professionals, help with them, which that's a lot to say, considering sometimes actors and actresses could have very big egos, especially if they're working with the public. And backstage, Michael Douglas and Karl Malden had a great friendship. And at the end of the fourth season, Michael Douglas decided to leave the Streets of San Francisco to pursue a movie career. That was because he got a Oscar Award nomination for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Michael Douglas became a big star, and his character was written off the show, saying that he got a job as a college professor, and he was replaced by Richard Hatch as Dan Roberts, but the viewers did not like that at all. They thought Richard Hatch didn't bring too much to the table on the show, and the ratings slipped. The Streets of San Francisco got canceled after the fifth season. 121 episodes were produced. It went into syndication. Reruns of The Streets of San Francisco were seen locally in Boston for many years on Channel 7, and then from 1987 through 1993, it was on WQTV 68. And The Streets of San Francisco, they show reruns of it on MeTV, and also Decades and Heroes on icons. The show was sponsored by Ford because they had Ford cars in the streets of San Francisco. There was a reunion movie in 1992, The Return of the Streets of San Francisco. Karl Malden reprised his role of Lieutenant Mike Stone, and he was there to investigate the murder of his former partner, Steve Keller, played by Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas did not return to reprise his role. He was just too big of a movie star to appear in a television movie, so that was a storyline to write him off the show for good. There's been talk in the past to reboot the Streets of San Francisco a couple of times by CBS, but that was just rumors. It never went into full production, and I don't know if they could revive or reboot the Streets of San Francisco this day because most of TV rebooted shows flop big time. But if they kind of add an element to make it like a CSI version of San Francisco, it might work. And that's about it on the Streets of San Francisco. I'll be back with the second and final video blog of the day because it's Sunday and I only do 2 of them. It will be about the Undertaker's run in the WWE from 1996 through 1999, when he kind of updates the Dead Man character to kind of a gothic looking character, and eventually with the Ministry of Darkness and his feud with Kane, which I'm gonna mention a little briefly about that because his feud with Kane and the Ministry of Darkness deserve their own video blog sometime in the near future. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Budding guy. Molly Roseblood, WCCO accents, nice likes. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11, such a waggy cougar's got the best legs in New York City, bar none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent and has the best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina, bar none. And Ren Claire of WHDH Channel 7 morning meteorologist is so sweet, she's got the best legs in Boston. And 2017, I'm going to interview all those 7 cute laid lawns. And in the meantime, and between time, that's another edition of the Rich Video Blog Network, RVBN. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out.